From 2014, Gillard obfuscates before a royal commission. She says, with hindsight, she might have behaved differently. It beggars belief that with wisdom or honesty, she would not have behaved differently. In 1995, she said she could not have ruled out that some union money might have been paid for some renovations on her house. Today, she said it was entirely her own money, which might mean she viewed union money as entirely her own. Her testimony is precise even when she forgets everything. It is as if she did things wrong but forgot about it, so isn't responsible for it. Luckily, the law is not based on memory. She will never have to face for the over 1,200 boat people she drowned through bad policy. It was her call, but failure to account for corrupt activity does not excuse it. It doesn't matter if others conveniently forget. The standover tactics to steal money from business and then divert it from unions is not something that can be ignored or excused. She admits now she organized and founded a socialist union, which she once claimed she was merely a secretary. She later said at the age of 30 she was young and naive. She also had said she faced questions before on these issues. In fact, she was duplicitous and an accomplished liar. Islamic leaders around the world are linking themselves to terrorism. They make claims that are even occasionally at odds with the activity of Islam, which excuses the terror. Terrorists are a larger killer of Islamists than they are of others. One terror source is Islamic leadership excusing terror. Another is books written to inform so-called jihadis. A Queensland bookstore selling jihadi titles has been raided and books seized. The shop was apparently owned by a biological brother of a known suicide bomber. Women read books and women are joining the jihadis. Women join IS not solely for sex with many men. They are also given duty fighting cross-dressing men and being low-paid, veiled, and subject to extreme sanctions should they become inconvenient. Those books must be impressive beyond 50 Shades of Grey. One unheralded Islamic leader or apostate is Obama. Obama has been refused to play golf at elite paddocks, which is petty. His position deserves respect. Let him play golf wherever he wants to, but don't trust his political judgment. Scotland made the UK great. Now will she leave? A Star Trek spoof shows how the world would be different under an isolated and irrelevant Scotland. Isolation and division is a hallmark of socialist-style politics. At the moment, Clover Moore is hurting Sydney with her bicycle strategy, killing main arterial roads and unwary bicyclists. Meanwhile, up to 25 projects worth billions of dollars in Western Australia could be at risk due to a technical error in their environmental approval. So, in Queensland, there are new state laws designed to prevent most Queenslanders going to the Land Court to object to proposed mining projects. Another proposed law change in Victoria regarding surrogacy and succession. The proposed law change seems sound. There is a risk of wills being hijacked. Rose Porteous rings a bell. But the injustice from a bad will exists even if the lawyer gets all the money. Let alternative arguments make their point. Injustice results in pain and hurt. A family of 5 suffered greatly after a mum had been brain damaged in a car accident in 2012. She worked hard to overcome obstacles and recently returned to nursing while her husband ran their farm. All 5 have been found dead in what is apparently a murder-suicide. Federal Minister for Immigration and Border Protection Scott Morrison spoke brilliantly at a press club luncheon today, so there's been little written about it. He has stopped boat people from drowning, saved thousands from refugees' limbo, saved millions of dollars in waste, and had to fight the opposition of an ALP bent on retaining her murderous policy favoring piracy. Many of the journalists present wanted Morrison to fail. He was on top of everything. Another brilliant launch was Apple's new iPhone models and an Apple Watch, which wasn't labeled the sniggering iWatch. Beautiful, functional, and desirable. Meanwhile, in the shadow of the launch, Snapchat disclosed they were compensating a former employee not previously recognized for creating their time delete function. Also, Tinder let go of a CMO over sex abuse allegations. In the business of obfuscation and insight, there are few more capable than Helen Dale, who is working as an advisor to Senator David Leyonhjelm. Good luck. A comedian faces an off comment from a Qantas steward regarding in-flight chicken. The comedian calls it racist. But if Qantas were worried about the issue of racism, they would serve pork, or advocate for constitutional change or something. Meanwhile, abstract art has been found in a cave 39,000 years old and not made by humans. What distinguishes it from porn or functional creative art is not described in reports. Had a man done it?